The single dad stood outside the small jewelry shop, staring at his reflection in the glass. His eyes were tired, his shoulders heavy with worry. Inside his pocket lay the last symbol of his past marriage, his wedding ring. Selling it felt like giving up the last piece of his old life. Inside the shop, the bell rang softly as he entered. The elderly jeweler examined the ring carefully, then named a price far lower than it was worth. The man hesitated, his fingers trembling. But rent was due, groceries were gone, and his daughter needed medicine. He nodded silently. As he walked out, the ring gone forever, the cold air hit harder than expected. He remembered the promise he once made with that ring, to protect his family no matter what. Now it felt like he had failed. He shoved his hands into his coat and began walking home. At a busy intersection, a sleek black car stopped suddenly beside him. The window rolled down, revealing a well-dressed woman with sharp eyes and calm confidence. She had noticed him leaving the jewelry shop, his expression haunted. Something about his pain felt familiar. "Excuse me," she said gently. "Did you just sell something important?" The question startled him. He hesitated, then answered honestly. "My wedding ring. I had no choice." She studied his face, sensing no greed, only desperation. She introduced herself as a business owner nearby and asked if he would accept a coffee. Pride urged him to refuse, but exhaustion won. Inside the cafe, he shared his story. Losing his wife, raising his daughter alone, working 2 jobs, still falling behind. The billionaire listened quietly, stirring her coffee without drinking. She had grown up poor herself, though no one knew that part of her story anymore. His struggle reminded her of her father, a man who sacrificed everything but was never given a second chance. Before leaving, she slipped him her card. "Come to my office tomorrow," she said. "Not charity. I might have work for you." He thanked her politely, assuming it was just kindness that would fade by morning. The next day, curiosity pushed him to go. The building was enormous, shining with glass and steel. Inside, she offered him a job managing logistics at one of her warehouses. He admitted he lacked experience, but she saw honesty and responsibility in him. Weeks passed, and he worked harder than ever before. He arrived early, stayed late, learned quickly. His dedication stood out. Slowly, bills were paid on time. His daughter smiled more. For the first time in years, hope returned to their small apartment. One evening, the billionaire called him into her office. On the desk lay a small velvet box. Confused, he opened it to find his wedding ring, perfectly restored. "I bought it back," she said softly. "You didn't sell it because you were weak. You sold it because you were strong." His eyes filled with tears, but he didn't speak. No words felt enough. She continued, explaining that she had also set up a small education fund for his daughter, not as a gift, but as an investment in someone who deserved a future. Over time, their professional relationship grew into mutual respect. She admired his integrity, he admired her fairness. They spoke often, not about money, but about life, loss, and resilience. Slowly, trust replaced loneliness in both of them. Months later, she promoted him to a senior position. He moved into a better home, and his daughter started at a good school. The ring stayed in a drawer, not worn, but treasured, a reminder of sacrifice and survival. One evening, as they stood overlooking the city lights after a long day, she smiled and said, "Life has a strange way of rewarding those who don't give up." He nodded, understanding now that his darkest moment had been the doorway to change. He never forgot the day he sold his wedding ring, but instead of shame, it became a symbol of courage, a moment when he chose his child's future over his own pain and unknowingly stepped into a life that would finally honor his sacrifices.